All right, everybody. This is the Digital Craft, the radio show. I feel like I should be talking about this in a very exciting voice because this is an intro with intro music. I should talk about being an underground bunker or being amazing or being at the top of Mount Rushmore or Mount something. But really, we're just going to do a quick break in the music, and then we're going to come in with a subtle, poorly looped track. This is going to get us a little more comfortable towards the topics we're talking about, which is computers, internet, websites, graphic design, programming, music. And this is the start of the show and the end of the intro. Good morning, everybody, or evening, or middle of the afternoon, depending on where you're at. I don't know. I don't even know if anybody's listening. That's the fun part about the internet radio. Most of our listeners listen later. So I feel like I'm alone here, which I am technically. That won't be the case for long. Soon, our next episode, we will have 2 more hosts. I couldn't have said that slower. But I will have co-hosts, sidekicks, whatever you want to call them, to make it sound nerdier, dorkier, more techie. Even though the conversations with the 3 of us can get a little off topic, so who knows. So, first of all, tonight we're going to, well, it's night here, we're going to play a little more music than normal. We are not going to play any ads because I've noticed that the ads that are being played are Spreaker ads, and they do not have any good advertising for our market, our area, as in where we are broadcasting from, our great Northeast Indiana. So I don't really care to hit the advertising button if they're not going to pay us for it. So skip it. We'll play more music. I recently found what I will call a vault, I guess. It was a hard drive laying around that contained a bunch of music that I thought I had lost. Local music, some of the bands that I've been in, some bands that I'm friends with. Either way, they will be played tonight. We have 4 songs tonight, and that should be interesting, at least entertaining for myself, which since I'm all alone, it's not a problem. But anyway, so the co-hosts we have, they are going to be Justin and Jack. They are from opposite ends of the world here. We have Justin, who lives on the west coast of the United States, and Jack, who lives in Durham, which I like to continually call it Denmark, and I know that's not the same. But yes, so we have UK presence, Midwest presence, and West Coast presence. And so that should be an interesting dynamic. Those 2 folks also help us on the Digital Craft. They help with course material and monitoring the Facebook page and things like that. And day by day become even more and more of an asset to what we're doing. So I like to thank those guys while they're not listening. But they will be on the show, I would say from now on, but at least most of the shows we will have all 3 of us on, and that will create some good contrast from it just being my great voice. So we're going to cover some of the topics that Jack had posted about. He was the one who posted the radio show that we botched a couple days ago when our equipment failed us. So one of those topics is we're going to do some merchandise, but that's not really a topic. That's just an update. That's just an extra way for us to make money. So skip that. That's not a big topic. Courses though, we're now offering courses over at udemy.com. I believe that stands for U Academy. They seem to be a fairly new website, similar to this Spreaker here. So we hope to get as much attention over there as we have over on Spreaker. This show in general has gotten an amazing following for us only having, this will be the 4th episode, and very little promotion and very little idea of what's really going on anyways. We're working on a format, and we have somewhat of a format. We have a theme intro track. We have musical entertainment breaks. We had commercial breaks, and we had some topics. So I guess we do have structure. So I guess we're working on being a real radio show. But anyways, yes, we're offering courses over at udemy.com. Right now, I've, for lack of better words, kind of ported all the or many of the YouTube videos that we already had up for free. The ones that were in a series that were more than 5 videos or long, or more than an hour. That's Udemy's terms, not mine. But the ones the series that fit that criteria are now offered over at Udemy, and those are still free. However, you get to watch them as well as utilize some of the great tools that Udemy has to offer, which it's pretty neat. They've got like a nice note-taking session and things like that, and it allows me to put in more materials and assets for the courses. Tonight, actually, I'll be moving the real main course. Sounds like food, but the building a website from start to finish series, I will be moving that over there too as well. I shouldn't say move, but I will be putting it over there. One, to allow people to watch it and have those options available of taking notes and saving them and things like that, and getting to some of the assets for that series. But also to maybe help find a new audience over there as well. Not a new one, sorry. I like our audience. Find more of an audience. And that is in preparation for us releasing our paid courses, which will be structured more like I want to say a college course. Loose, kind of like our videos, but shorter videos, more content, but shorter and shorter chunks, smaller chunks, more digestible chunks, I guess. And we're focusing on making sure that it's college and professional level training at a continuing ed price, if that makes sense. We want to make sure that we offer the same kind of material that you could get spending several thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in college tuition for these courses. We're trying to offer them for the amount that you would pay a community college to take some continuing ed courses. So I think that's fair. And this by no means means that we're going to stop offering the free material over on YouTube and Udemy. So basically all the free material will still be on YouTube, and we'll also make it available on Udemy. The paid courses will only be available on Udemy. That way we can, make sure they stay paid, and we can make a little more revenue and afford for more things like better equipment, so we don't have failed radio shows, for instance. Um, and just more tools and utilities and assets, whether that be more people helping, or, just whatever. Anyways, the more funding we have, the better we can do with what we're putting together. The guys I have working with us now, Jack and Justin and Javier, we have been a great help with putting together strategies. As you've noticed, Jack has posted a few things about that on the Facebook page lately. But we've definitely been doing some strategy sessions, and we're working on, figuring out the best ways to make revenue without having to get donations. I don't want donation. Well, I'll stop myself there. We want donations, but we don't want to have to rely on donations. We want to be able to offer, services, products, whatever, and not rely on donations. So we're trying to do the best we can with that, while still offering exceptional free material for those who cannot afford to take the paid courses, and for those who have the ability to watch the free material and kind of take off from there, and not need our help anymore. There's that too. So if you're able to watch our free videos and make that your starting point and move on from there, then more power to you. That is awesome. We'd love a donation, but at the same time, if you can get away with not having to take one of our paid courses, cool. That works too. But one of our big issues here that we're starting to notice is availability. As far as the videos, some of the videos are being messed with. They haven't been taken down yet, but we have a copyright situation because there's some real quality people out there who have taken advantage of YouTube's copyright filter. I believe they call it the content ID filter, and they've learned a way around it, a way to mess with people. So I'll speak about that here in a minute, as well as some countries that are not being very nice, and how we're going to try and get around that as well. But so that'll be coming up next as I move us into our first musical break. Like I said, we've got a little more music this time than we normally do, and that's partially because I'm excited I found that gem of a hard drive, and also because I wanted to do a show, because we promised a show. However, most of the show we had planned included the other two guys, so I just wanted to pretty much do some updates, hit some of the topics that I planned on hitting, and skip the commercials and play some music instead. So while we listen to this track here, I'm going to take a few notes and see if I can't come up with some more topics for you guys and gals. This first track is from a band who's definitely popular around here. Buddies of mine play music in several bands with one of the guys in this band. In fact, I actually recorded their first album, which this is from. We recorded it in my basement, and we had a good time doing so. But anyway, this is Pliers, and the song is Kiss My Bass. I believe they're referring to the fish. I just don't know. But here it is, and we'll be back right away after this song.